If you're not happy, if you don't have what you want in life, if you're exhausted, tired, stuck, the problem is the power you are unknowingly giving to other people. And other people should be one of the greatest sources of inspiration and connection and joy and love. And instead, they're a constant source of stress and frustration and energy drain, and they do not have to be. The let them theory is based on a simple truth. The fastest way to take control of your life is to stop controlling everyone around you. You have no idea how much time and energy and attention you are wasting trying to control other people, thinking about, worrying about, obsessing about what other people are doing, what they're not doing, what they're feeling, all of which you have zero control over. Other people can't actually block your way. Only you can do that. And if you let people show you the way, if you let them inspire you, if you let them reveal the formula to success, now you're learning from people instead of turning people into a problem. Because success and happiness and joy and friendship and love, these are all things that are in limitless supply. And the truth about life is that you're not actually playing against other people. You're playing with them. When you spend tons of time comparing yourself to other people, and you look at other people's success or happiness or the things that they've achieved or experienced in their lives as evidence that you won't have it, you actually are working against the laws of the world. The more upset that you get about something, the faster you lose your ability to think critically.
It's true.
And so when you say let them, it's recognizing that there is something that happened, or there is a person in your life that's doing something that's pissing you off or annoying you or stressing you out or worrying you, but you have no control over that. And so yes, react, but at some point you gotta go let them, because it helps you recognize and accept the reality and detach, most importantly, from what you can't control. I can't control what just happened. And saying let them became this lever I could pull any moment where I felt my time and attention getting sucked towards something that truly wasn't worth my time and energy, or didn't matter, or more importantly, beyond my control. It's not about what's happening, it's about how you respond to it. And let's look at the word responsibility. It's the ability to respond. You can control how you're going to address this. You can control what you're going to do with the emotions that you feel.
95% of our decisions are made by how you feel in the moment. And that is the problem. The thing that's interesting about being stuck in life is that you know what you need to do. But how do you make yourself do it when the feelings and the motivation isn't there? Because when I was lying in bed, I wasn't saying to myself, I should get up because that's gonna help me start my day right. I was saying, do I feel like getting up? It's the how. How the do you make yourself do what you need to do? That's the $100 million question. So I started to develop this habit of hitting the snooze button, because what would happen is the alarm would go off in the morning, and the first thing I would think about is all the problems that we had and how awfully things had gone off the tracks.
You didn't want to deal with them.
I didn't think I could, because every morning when I woke up, I did not feel confident. I felt like a loser. I felt like the world's worst parent. I felt like I had failed at every single turn. I was stuck in broken patterns. Every night I would lie in bed and I would say to myself, all right, that's it, Mel. Tomorrow, it's the new you. You're gonna wake up and be motivated. You're gonna get up, you're gonna exercise like everybody says you should. You're gonna meditate, you're gonna do auditions. Come on, girl, let's go, let's go, let's go. You're gonna take a cold shower, woo! Here we go. And I meant it when I was saying it, but then I would wake up and I didn't feel any of those things. So I would hit the snooze. We make decisions with feelings. Like you think that you need to feel confident or courageous in order to get started. You don't. You actually just have to start, and that's the riddle of life. That lying in bed, hoping that you wake up some morning motivated to change, that's not the answer. You actually have to learn how to push yourself. You have to learn how to leverage the power of your decisions, and you've got to learn how to take action when you don't feel like it. How you change your life is one 5-second decision at a time, one push at a time. And if you accept the fact that you may never feel ready, and you may never feel motivated, and you may never feel confident, you may never feel courageous, and that's okay, but you can still push yourself forward. What happens over time is, as you start to see yourself becoming the person that takes action, that you start to see yourself becoming the kind of person that speaks even though your voice is shaking. You're the kind of person that has a bias toward moving instead of a bias toward thinking. Guess what happens? You build the skill of confidence and courage. Because when you intentionally act like the person you want to become, your brain sees you taking those actions, so your brain starts to change the way it relates to you. That's not fake it till you make it, by the way. This is intentional. Intentionally act like the person you want to become. One of the hardest things, which became one of the greatest realizations, is truly coming face to face with myself and realizing that even though I have done all this work to heal trauma, even though I have done extraordinary things in terms of my own thinking patterns, that there was a level to which I was still on the run. And all of this racing around kept me from having to truly stop and stand with the woman in the mirror and just be still and figure out, well, what do I really want? How do I really want to feel? No human being is born and hates themselves. We're actually wired for love. We're wired for connection. The fundamental flaw in human design is that when something happens to you as a kid, you say, what's wrong with me? We aim it back at ourselves. This then starts to build as a thinking pattern that there must be something wrong with me. That you aim everything that's happening out there back at yourself. But without that experience, I would not be able to help the amount of people that I help. I would not be able to understand trauma as a lived experience. I would not know what I know about anxiety and be able to help people, including my own children. Even when things are really hard, I still believe deep in my core that through my attitude and my actions, it's going to be okay. That I have within me the power to ride the ups and downs and to come out on the other side of it. And I think one of the most powerful things that you can cultivate is being able every single day to have a level of trust in your life, in the magic of things, in yourself, to know that this moment right now, and 5, 10, 20 years from now, you will look back on this moment and you will know exactly why this happened. And why it happened is it was preparing you for something extraordinary that's coming. And when you believe that, it gives you the strength to face absolutely anything.
Jealousy is one of the most powerful directional signals on the planet. Because you're only jealous of people that are doing things or have things that you actually want. It's impossible to be fake jealous. Whatever you're jealous of is hitting something deeply personal. Fucking pay attention to it. Instead of stewing in it, go, oh, flip it. How could I take those things that I'm really inspired by and take action and go get them in my life? Because the thing about jealousy is, it's just your inspiration that's blocked. Most folks know what they dream about and what they want. And yet, they're spending all of their time and energy arguing against what they want. And so you can have all these epiphanies. I hope that when somebody listens to our conversation and watches this, that they have a massive aha moment. But it's not gonna mean shit if you don't take action and do something about it. The aha moment is the door that opens, but your new life does not begin unless you fucking step through the door. I keep going. I am saying I believe in myself. Tearing yourself down over the shit that you've done, it's not going to empower you to change the patterns that are keeping you stuck. People will cheer for you and me, they won't cheer for themselves. I'm the same way. The point of the story is it's so easy to see what somebody else should do. It's so easy to cheer for somebody else. We all do that, right? We cheer for our favorite sports teams. We follow our favorite influencers and authors. We plan birthday parties for our friends. We take on extra work from our colleagues. We support everyone around us. We do not know how to do it for ourselves. The most motivating force in the world on the planet, based on research, hands down, is empowerment, encouragement, support, and celebration. And for our entire lives, we have outsourced that to somebody else. And that moment in the mirror every morning could be a profound moment where you lift yourself up and you check back in with your intention. What I've discovered that is heartbreaking is the average person cannot celebrate themselves. I'm going to ask everybody who's watching this to tomorrow morning stand in front of the mirror. We're going to unpack this whole thing and try to high five yourself. You can't raise your hand to your own reflection without now grounding yourself in the moment. Instead of going, I got this, let's go, and high-fiving yourself to step forward, most of us go, I don't know if I'm worth it. I don't know if right now is the right time to do this. I don't think I'm good enough. I failed so many times I can't go through that door. And that's the problem I want to attack right now. That there is somewhere in your life that you know what you want. You can feel it pulling you. And you are actively arguing against it. You're bringing yourself down. You're beating yourself out. And so this Uber driver, I get into the car and we start driving, and I'm on the phone as we're driving, and I'm having a conversation with somebody about this daytime talk show that I launched, which was a dream with Sony Pictures Television, and then was promptly fired after season 1. It was a huge fucking failure because we didn't make it to season 2. Huge failure in real world terms. Massive success when it comes to the timeline of my life. And so I'm talking to this person about the talk show. I hang up the phone and this Uber driver comes alive. He's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're in my cab. And I'm like, why? And he says, because I want to talk to you about something. I think you can help me. And I'm like, great, how can I help you? And he says, I have a dream of being an Oscar-winning actor and creating opportunities for other Black and Latino men to do the same in acting. And I'm like, freaking fantastic. What the fuck are you doing in Dallas? Right? You know, the guy's 25. And so I go, you know, the game is in New York and LA. I mean, sure, you can act, you can write stuff, you can be here in Dallas, but why are you not in LA? Why are you not in New York? And he's like, you're right. I need to move to LA. I'm like, why not? And he says, I have $700 in my bank account. And I'm like, that's freaking fantastic. You have $700 in a car? Dude, drop me off and get driving. What are you waiting for? And so we have this whole conversation, and I write about it in this book, where I am actively arguing for his dream, and he is actively arguing against his dream. And what is so sad is throughout this conversation, Tom, he's like, you're right, $700 could get me there. You're right, I am only 25. You're right, if I keep thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking about what I want to be doing, I'm not only going to drive in circles, my whole life is going to spin in circles as I think about what I want and I don't do shit about it. And then you are going to find yourself not at 25, but at 45 or 65, and you're going to be so filled with regret that you never fucking put a bet on yourself. And so this conversation ends with him declaring that he's going to go to California and me giving him a bunch of tools that I talk about in this book. The point of the story is it's so easy to see what somebody else should do. It's so easy to cheer for somebody else. We do not know how to do it for ourselves. When somebody high-fives you, you feel seen, you feel heard, and you feel like somebody has acknowledged you for the unique person that you are. One of the biggest objections that people had to standing in front of the mirror, take a moment, look at yourself, and then raise your hand, is people said over and over and over again, I haven't done anything worthy of high-fiving. High-fiving feels like a celebration. I don't have the number on the scale that I want. I don't like my bank account. I don't enjoy what I do for a living. I've made a shitload of mistakes. I'm struggling with trauma. I don't have anything to celebrate. And what I realized is people are making a fundamental mistake. You are withholding the very support, empowerment, and celebration that you need to change and to do the hard work and to face the things that you're scared of. And that's why you're not changing. Because if you can't stand in front of the mirror and raise your hand and high-five yourself just because you got your ass out of bed and you're breathing, you will never get what you want in life. Is the negative shit you're saying and the support that you're withholding helping you feel better? If it's not, try this. Try celebrating yourself 5 days in a row. Literally, try starting your day by waking up and raising your hand and high-fiving yourself in the mirror just because you're breathing. So if you just are like, I'm doing the best I can, that's pretty empowering if you think about it. Or I can learn from this. Or this is temporary. I'll be okay. Those sorts of things are little ways to high-five your mind instead of, again, going low. You got a choice. Do you take yourself down or do you lift yourself up? That's where it begins. It begins with you. It begins with you. It begins with